Good afternoon, friends. Today I am going to take the session on the UPSC questions of the environmental ecology. Okay, so guys, we are continuing the session. That is, we are done with the questions up to 2016, guys. Now I am taking the questions of 2017 and 18 in this session. So let us start our discussion with the question number one. That is, from the ecological point of view, which one of the following assumes importance in being a good link between the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats? Guys, Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats plays a very important role in the ecosystem, guys. Okay, so we have good amount of biodiversity present at those places. We have Nilgiri Hills, okay, the Nalamala Forest, the Nagore Whole National Park, Sesashalam Biosphere Reserve, and the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. So all this present at those places only. That is at the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats between them only. But from the ecological point of view, we need to choose the one which is important in being a good link between the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. So if you see like that, that is the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is the correct answer for the given question, guys. Why? Because the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is the one which is going to link between the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. Okay, so there we are having the good amount of tiger reserves. Okay, sorry, good amount, good number of tigers. So if you see the recent survey of 2018, that is the tiger census, those in that reserve we have increased the tiger from 10 to 54, guys. 10 to 54. So right now we are having 54 tigers at the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. Okay, so not only with respect to tigers, we have good amount of biodiversity. So the not only tigers, we have the elephant, rhinoceros, all those habitats are present at the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve, guys. Okay, and guys, there the local people act locally. That is, the local people always reserves the sources which are present for the ecosystem, so which are maintained to be ecosystemical balance, guys. Okay, so in this aspect, the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserves is the one which goods link between the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. Let us see the answer, guys. Okay, that is the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. Let us move to the question number two. Due to some reasons, if there is a huge fall in the population of species of butterflies, okay, so the reason may be some XYZ. If there is a fall in the population of the species of the butterflies, what could be the likely consequence or consequences? Okay, guys, so now we need to see importance of the butterflies in the ecosystem. Guys, so what will happen if the butterflies are present very less in the number? Okay, guys, so now, if you see the usefulness of the butterflies are going to help a lot in the reproduction, guys. Why? Because in the pollination, they are going to help a lot. Okay, and we have some efforts like these are going to affect the agriculture, guys. These are going to affect the agriculture plants, and means these are going to affect in the uh, bring the fungus to the plants and all those things. Okay, so let us see the options. The pollination of some plants could be adversely affected. Exactly, guys. Why? Because the butterflies are the agents. They are going to help as a pollinator. Means for pollination we need, that is the uh, plus and the minus, guys. Okay. So when two opposite organs, that is the male and the female, meets, then only we can do the reproduction, guys. So in such a process, the butterflies are going to help in that process. So the first statement, if you see, pollination of some plants could be adversely affected. Exactly. So without butterflies, the pollination can't be happened, guys. Okay. Second statement, there could be a drastic increase in the fungal infection of some cultivated plants, guys. Guys, this is not increase, this is going to decrease. Why? Because the number of butterflies is going to decrease. That's why it is going to decrease the fungal infection of some cultivated plants. Okay. So if there are less in number, they are going to affect the less. Okay. That is it. There could be a drastic decrease in the fungal infection of some cultivated plants. Okay. That is wrong statement. So if you see this statement 3, it could it could lead to a fall in the population of some species of wasps, spiders, and birds. Exactly, guys. Okay, so these species will going to fall, guys. Okay, this species will going to decrease if the butterfly species are not present. Okay, that is the wasp, spiders, and the birds. Okay, guys, so their survival become difficult without those species. Okay, guys, so if you see, the correct answer for the given question is option number 1 and 3. So that is statement 1 and 3, that is C, guys. Okay, exactly. So C is the correct answer for the given question, guys. Okay, so these are the type of questions UPSC are interested in, guys. So you should analyze the questions. You should analyze the questions. Okay, okay. So let us move to the next question, guys. Biological oxygen demand is a standard criteria for. First of all, we need to see what is biological oxygen demand. Okay, biological oxygen demand is nothing but the biological, guys. Biological means plants and animal. Oxygen demand means the demand of the oxygen for the biological species, that is plants and animals. Okay, if you see what is BOD, it is the amount of dissolved oxygen. Okay, guys, dissolved oxygen means in the water. Okay, in the water, dissolved oxygen in the water. So it is the amount of dissolved oxygen needed, that is demanded by aerobic biological organisms to break down organic material present in a given sample at certain temperature over a specific time period, guys. Okay, guys, so if you see, guys, in the aquatic ecosystem, some plants may die, animals may die. So what will happen? All the material will be dumped in the so all those material will be present in the water, guys. Okay, so what will happen, so the oxygen present in the water will be going to decrease, guys. Why? Because they are going to form the algal blooms. I explained, guys, algal blooms, and they are going to decrease the oxygen content. So if BOD is the amount of oxygen required to process those particles to break down into organic material, to break down that organic material present in a water, guys, is called as biological oxygen demand. That is the oxygen needed to break down that into, that is the oxygen required to break down in that organic matter, guys. Okay, so that organic matter is nothing but pollution, guys. Okay, so if you see the options, the measuring oxygen level in blood, no, guys, blood is not the answer. Okay, computing oxygen level in the forest ecosystem, no, no. Pollution assay in aquatic ecosystem, aquatic, exactly, guys. So the biological oxygen demand is, so the amount of oxygen required to make that sample, to break down that pollution into a smaller compounds, is called as the biological oxygen demand. Means it is the standard criteria for pollution assay. So how much of the pollution present in aquatic ecosystem, that is the pollution is the nothing but, guys, that is the material, dead material of the plants and animals, guys. Okay, the correct option is C. Exactly. Okay, let us move to the next question. uh, how is NGT, that is National Green Tribunal, different from the Central Pollution Control Board, guys? Guys, if you see, NGT deals with the mostly environmental issue, that is we have. So NGT is the one which deals with the environmental issue. So guys, we have courts, that is Supreme Court and the High Court. Those courts can't take all the matters, guys. So the matters related to environment will be taken by the NGT, National Green Tribunal. Whereas the Central Pollution Control Board, this is the one which controls the pollution, guys. Okay, which controls the pollution. So will take care the cleanliness of the things. Okay, so let us see the options. The NGT have been established by an act, whereas the CPCB has been created by an executive order of the government, guys. So guys, the NGT has been established by an act. It is correct. It has been established through the NGT Act 2010, guys. Okay, and it will take the cases of the civil cases. Okay, so that part is correct. Whereas the CPCB has been created by an executive order of the government, it is not correct, guys. Okay, the CPCB is an statutory organization under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So this established in the year 1974 underwater pollution and control of underwater prevention and control of pollution at 1974, guys. Okay, so it is not an executive order, guys, it is a statutory organization only. So the second part of the first statement is wrong. Okay, so the first statement is finally wrong. If you see the second statement, the NJT provides environmental justice, exactly, and it helps the reduce the burden of litigation in the higher courts. Okay, exactly, guys. Okay, the burden of the courts have been reduced by the NJT by taking the civil cases, whereas the CPCB promotes cleanliness of the streams and wells and aims to improve the quality of air in the country. Exactly. So the second statement proves the NJT and the CPCB objectives. So the correct answer for the question is option 2, that is B2 only. Exactly. So let us move to the next question. Which of the following statement best describes carbon fertilization, guys? Guys, carbon fertilization is the nothing but the uh, plant growth, that is the plant getting the nutrition through the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere is called as carbon fertilization, guys. Simple fertilization means what the fertilization will do. Fertilization will increase the growth of the plant, that is it acts as a nutrient to the plant. Okay, that is carbon fertilization means that which is present in the atmosphere, that is carbon dioxide. Okay, so increased plant growth due to increased concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is the correct answer, guys. Okay, the plant growth should be increased. Okay, because of the use of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Increased plant growth due to the increased concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So the correct answer for this statement is first statement is the correct, that is carbon fertilization. Fertilization, what fertilization will do, guys? Increase the growth of the plant, it is the nutrient. Okay, so in the given statement, the first answer suits the given question, guys, that is increase the plant growth due to increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That is, let us see the answer A. Let us move to the next question, guys. Okay, which of the following is loss or the possible consequences of heavy sand mining in riverbeds, guys? We find the sand at the riverbeds. Okay, at the riverbeds we get the sand. Okay, but what do you mean by sand mining? Sand mining is nothing but the taking over, that is take away of the sand present in the riverbeds is called as sand mining. Mining of the sand is called as sand mining. So now we need to find out what are the consequences of the heavy sand mining in the riverbeds. Okay, decreased salinity in the river. No, guys, it will increase salinity. Why? Because the sand acts as a purifier, guys. Sand acts as a purifier. So whatever the water that is present at the riverbeds, those will be those. So the salinity of that will be decreased, guys. Okay, the salinity of the water will be decreased if we are having the sand present over there. Okay, now the question is asking what will be happen, what will be consequences if the sand mining is taking place. That is, if we are taking away the soil, then we are not having the required soil. Okay, then what will happen, the salinity of that, so the salinity in the river will be increased. Okay, so that is the opposite statement, guys. So the first statement is wrong. So let us move to the second statement. Pollution of groundwater, exactly, guys. So the groundwater will pollute. Okay, why? Because the sand water is going to act as a purifier, guys. Okay, and without that one, the groundwater is going to pollute. Exactly, the lower the water table. Exactly, guys. If we are having the sand, it will retain the water. Okay, if we are not having the sand, it is going to lower the water table. So the correct option is 2 and 3. That is option number B, guys. Okay, okay. Exactly. So we need to analyze the questions in such a manner, guys, so that we can answer the question correctly. So let us move to the next question. With reference to agricultural soil, consider the following statement. Okay, so this is the important chapter, that is agriculture, that I am going to take in our regular cases. So agricultural soil. So first statement, a high content of organic matter in the soil drastically reduce its water holding capacity. Wrong, guys. Okay, it's going to increase. Okay, a high content of organic matter in soil. Why? Because the organic matter is having the ability of holding the water capacity, guys. Okay, it is not going to decrease the organic matter with hold the water capacity in the soil. Okay, so this first statement is not reduce, it will increase its water holding capacity, so the statement is wrong. Okay, soil doesn't play any role in the sulfur cycle. Wrong, guys. Okay, we have seen the sulfur and phosphorus cycle. The sulfur and phosphorus cycle mainly deals with the soil only, guys. Okay, so entire things will deal with the soil only, that is mainly deals with the only lithosphere, whereas the remaining cycles, that is the gaseous cycles, it deals with the atmosphere, hydrosphere and the biosphere, whereas this, that is soil and for phosphorus cycle, that is the sedimentary cycle, this deals with only the biological, that is the environment and the lithosphere, guys. So the second statement is also wrong. Soil doesn't play any role in the sulfur cycle is wrong, guys. Okay, irrigation over a period of time can contribute to the salination of some agricultural lands, guys. Exactly. Okay, so if we go on providing the water, that is irrigation over to agriculture land, so after some period of time it will go in to contribute the salination of some agriculture, guys. So the salinity will be increased. So in this question, the only correct answer is option number B, guys. That is three statement only correct. That is option number B. Exactly, guys. Okay. So let us move to the next question. Consider the following statement. The most of the world's coral reefs are in the tropical waters. Exactly, guys. Why? Because if you see the water, the adaptation conditions for the corals should form, the mostly it form at the surface. They are having the temperature of 27 degrees centigrade, and the water should be transparent. It should be clean, guys. Okay, like that we have some features, guys. So all those characteristics are present at the tropics only, guys. Tropical water. Okay. If you see second statement, more than one third of the world's coral reefs are located in the territories of Australia, Indonesia, and Philippines. Exactly, guys. Okay, these are the areas. These are the locations where the more number of corals are present. That is approximately the one third of the world's coral are present. The statement is also correct. And coral reefs host far more number of animal phyla than those hosted by tropical rainforests. Exactly, guys. Okay, so the coral reefs will having the suitable conditions of the animal phyla. Okay, guys. Okay, at the animal phyla, they are having the suitable things for the corals to grow more and more than those hosted by tropical rainforest, guys. Okay, so the third statement is also correct. So the correct answer for the given question is option number the D, guys. That is 1, 2, 3. Three statements are correct, guys. Okay, let us move to the next question, guys. Okay, that is option number D. Okay, guys, we are done with the questions of 2017 and 18. We are left with only 1 year questions, that is 2019, guys. Okay, so after the environmental model, again I come with the biodiversity model, guys. Okay, keep watch. Thank you, rate and recommend, guys. Thank you, one.